Hello, 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 hello to all of my absolutely wonderful love bugs. In case you have not been introduced to this channel, because I have not been consistent, because it's been a lot going on, my name is maylikdavis, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for stopping in at 40 Pieces of Me. We are one day away from the weekend, and I'm so happy because I'm so tired. For some reason, I just can't get my energy level right. Started taking vitamins and it's just not working. But we're going to pray about that thing. What I wanted to do tonight, I know I brought you a video the other day, and we have a lot of things that are in the works for my friend Carmen Joyce. I'm calling that series After the Fire. Sometimes you have to celebrate your downfalls in order to show God just how much you appreciate where he has you at now. So we have a lot of things that we're going to be doing for her home that she's now back in to try to get her acclimated back to being in her home. So we will be doing some of those things this weekend. A lot of those things will be done there. But somebody reached out to me, and I did them on multiple occasions. I just never really advertised them like that. But I did one for baby Skylar, and someone at work saw it and they wanted one. So someone reached out to me in regards to a tutu. So that's what we are going to be doing tonight. One of my Facebook friends, she is going to a sneaker ball. A guy my age, I went to high school with, he was murdered a couple of years back, and he designed sneakers. He was really good at what he does. So to honor him, I think she said it's going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina. They are having a sneaker ball. So I am making her a tutu to wear with her shell toe Adidas. They are navy blue and white, and she's throwing in some silver. So we're not going to do the traditional tutu. We're actually going to do a tutu almost like a cape dress. We're going to leave the front open so you can see her sparkling silver tights. Hopefully I'll be able to get a picture from her so that you can see how that whole ensemble looked together. We're going to need several things. If I run out of two, I have a lot of two upstairs from where I was making tutus on the regular. We're going to use a navy blue tulle, which you can see I've already cut. We'll be using three. I had three of those. It was the 40 yards, 6 inches, 40 yards. I bought this really pretty silver mesh-like tool. I didn't want to do the glitter. The glitter sometimes gets on everything, so you want to be mindful of that when you're using tool with the glitter. So we just did this silver, and it's really, really neat. It's not the traditional hose or netting. We needed one of those. You'll need this. I think it is called a polyester rubber. It's the material that you use to make babies' headbands. This is what I use to do tutus. It's really good. So I bought this from Hobby Lobby. It was like 50% off. You'll need a measuring tape, thread, a needle. You won't have to do a massive amount of sewing, but you will need that. I've already pre-cut everything except these two because I wanted you to see actually how they came on the roll. I've already cut the band that we're going to use for our tool. I use poster board. I will be honest with you. I'll use a poster board. I use a shoebox. It just depends on the measurement of the person to get me closer to where I'm going as far as the length. And if you have it, if you don't, it's no big deal. But I have one of my friends here with me. She is going to allow me to utilize her to make this tutu. I know you're thinking, so she's going to stand that entire time? Really doesn't take as long as you think, but I'll introduce you to my friend. And you'll also need, this is crystal stones. I'm going to add some spice to it. So stick with me and I'll introduce you to my friend. You guys were wondering who my friend is. I keep mannequins everywhere. I love mannequins for one because I use them for my artwork, and then at Christmas time I also use the mannequins to do Christmas trees. So whenever you see a store going out of business, it's always good just to snatch you up one of these girlfriends because they come in handy. Okay, so what I've done is, because her waist is much smaller than the waist that I was going to use. So what I've done is I've already pre-cut the band that we're going to use to put our tutu on, to make our tutu with. And I am just actually going to just mend this together with a little thread. Sometimes I did it before with like a tape, but that doesn't really hold. So I'm just going to do it that way because only a portion, this is probably going to be the portion that's going to be left open. So I need to work with the rest of the band. And basically, very, very simple. We'll go back. The silver is going to be placed throughout the actual tutu sporadically. So basically what we'll do, and I'll move this back so that you can see this. I have the tool and I've measured it, and I'm just going to fold it together. Fold it together like this. And the person is much smaller, much shorter than she is. Making sure that it's even. And I'm going to turn this around so that part will be in the back. And I know that this is my center. Made like a little loop. And I'll take that loop and go into the very bottom. I'll pull it in. You can do up or under, whichever one you like. And you're just making a loop. Try not to stretch this as much as possible. And you're going to repeat this all around the bottom. And it'll seem like it's going to take you forever, but if you stay consistent with it, you'll get it done very, very quick. So just all around the bottom, you're creating a loop, making sure not to stretch the actual, I guess this is like a polyester band, but you don't want to stretch that. If you do, you're going to sew that part so you can still make it to where it actually will fit them perfect, but I just prefer not stretching it. So once again, I'll get close up so that you can see that's the loop. You'll go into a hole. You can always go back in and fill in if you feel that you've left something out. And you're just going around the entire thing. In the end, you're going to want to have some type of static spray, because this can get really staticky. So you'll have some type of static spray where you can just spray it and keep it down. But we won't worry about that now. I'm going to see if I can bring the camera closer up now so you can see it. So of course we won't run the entire video. We'll go in and out because that video could get extremely long. And I am going to, my goal is to finish this tonight. So that's what we're going to do. We'll go all the way around it. I'll come back to let you see where we're at when I decide to add the silver. Hey, love bugs. So I just wanted to let you see where I was at. I only improvised one place. Where we did cut this to cut the tool, I cut this in half. So, because this material is a little bit more heavy, and I didn't want her to feel weighed down. So, at this point, I didn't finish it that night. And yesterday, had a lot of things going on. I was in a car accident, but not in a car accident. I'll tell you briefly. So, last night, I was needing more tool, but by the time I finished with the police doing their reports, Hobby Lobby was closed. And Hobby Lobby, no one else, I even went to Walmart because they carry tool, just so you know. So I went to Hobby Lobby. They were closed, which I knew they would be because it was after 9. But I jumped up this morning so that I can get this finished. But I have to tell you this quick story in regards to the accident I was in. I wasn't physically hit by a car, but I was driving on the highway and saw a car getting off the highway. I could tell it was an accident because the car hood flipped back to the windshield, or I thought maybe something had blown under the hood and caused it to do it, but I later found out that she hit someone, and the impact from her hitting them in their back caused her hood to fly up. Well, when she got on the interstate, parts started flying from her car. Don't know whether they were under the hood or what it was, but parts were flying. And the parts that were flying hit my car. Didn't damage my car a lot. But now this morning when I drive it, from me trying to dodge the parts and the parts that went up under the car, evidently they hit something. So my car is not driving too good. But on with the story, because you guys deserve to hear this. And I'll say this before anyone misinterprets it the wrong way. Some people say that they don't see color, and you hear them saying inappropriate things. Well, I say that I don't see color because I really don't see color. I'm just somebody that's been through a lot, and if you treat me good, I'm going to treat you good back. I love my people, meaning black people, but I'm just not, I'm going to love who I want to love, and nobody can stop me from loving them. But this is what I'll tell you. This young lady, she may have been about 30. At the time, I didn't know whether she was a lady or a man. But I seen the truck that she hit. They were following her, and I was following her. Basically, not that you out, I just need your insurance information. When certain things happen, there's no need in fussing. Let's just get it done. So basically, that's what it was. I just needed her insurance information. And as you can see, if you came in on half of a video, I am just basically, the holes that we have, I'm sticking it through the hole, making a loop, pulling it through the loop, and I'm holding on to the actual mesh part because I don't want it to be stretched. I had to take a safety pin because the more you put on it, the heavier it gets. Excuse me about walking in front of the camera. So you could actually do it with it laying down. I just find it easier for me to do on a mannequin. So I want to give a correction. Normally when I do this, I have like 100-yard rolls of tool. And just went in there and picked it up. 3 rolls definitely won't be enough for her. I think we had like a total of 5 rolls. 5 rolls won't be enough. So I had to go back and get 8 more rolls of the ones that I had. So you may go online or order, like, depending on the color, and like Hobby Lobby, sometimes, especially during the holidays, you can find some to 100 yards and you can get it half off and end up spending like $5. So I had to go back. I've used the 5 and then I've purchased 8. So I needed like 13 rolls of Tulle because I want it full. I don't want it to look, I want it to look like a princess. Tutu, even if it's for an adult. If we coming all the way. So I'm almost finished. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sew a battery pack in the back of it. I'm going to find out exactly the center of it in the back, or it doesn't, you're not going to see it, so it really doesn't make a difference. But I have this battery pack. Even with the cord being green, it really doesn't make a difference. But I have one of these because I don't want a lot of lights. I just want a couple of lights, and I may sew them to the actual Tulle. I'm going to sew it in, and then I'm going to put the stones. And I'm not going to close it up until she gets here because I want to make sure that it's perfect for her. Because when you start putting Tulle on it and it's been hanging on something, it'll stretch it. So I want to make sure that it actually fits her perfectly. And like I said, she's going to have some silver leggings on because she did silver stones on her shoes. And I'll be able to get pictures of her once she gets dressed. And of course, I'll add those. But I think the little get up, I think it's going to be really, really cute. And especially to put on with a sneaker. When I wore a tutu last year for the local college homecoming festivities. And I wore mine with a Converse. Of leaned out Converse, so it worked out good for me. Oh no, maybe that was year before last. But anyway, so now I am finishing up with that. Just have a couple of more. I already have it cut, so I know I have some that I can fill it in. I'm gonna get it filled in. And we'll move from there. Okay, loves. So let me see how much of this you can actually see. So I'll know where we're at. I've actually flipped it inside out. The inside out. And what I am going to do, I'm going to turn it this way. Well, I thought I was going to turn it that way. Okay, let me do it like this. Okay, so I flipped it inside out. And basically, it does not have to be centered. Let me go back on this side. That's the side I work best from. I have stuff everywhere. One moment. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew this. I'm going to sew this battery pack down. That's all we're going to do. It's just sew the battery pack down. Probably going to need to get some more thread. But that's just it. You're just sewing the battery pack into it. This would be really, really cute for Halloween. I'm actually going to do it for Skylar for Christmas, so that she is very festive for a Christmas picture. I think it would be cute. So let me know what you think. There goes the lights. And that's it. And it is secured. So when they see her in the front, they're just going to see crystal stones. But then when she walks past, they'll see that she has the lights. So I definitely want your feedback on this one. If you know anyone that's into tutus, tag them. Share this on your social media pages for me. And with the lights, I'm going to go through. Remember, this is the back of the dress. I'm going to go through and just attach the lights like that. Just with a little thread. Just attach them so that they're not just hanging down. So that's basically how I'm going to do the lights. Now it may take me a minute to string this up because my vision is not that good. I wear bifocals, and even with bifocals, sometimes I still can't see. So stick with me. I have to be quiet because I can't concentrate trying to thread a needle while I'm talking. It wasn't so bad this time. It didn't want anybody to have to wait. So I think that this is a really neat idea. If you want more lights, I thought I had some little battery packs with the very, very little small ones. But I did not have those. So, but I don't think that would be uncomfortable because she's going to have her shirt tucked and sort of blouse. And I did ask her before I just decided to put lights on her tutu. She was down with letting me be extra. Okay. So I just took some spray starch, and so that I can get it down, I just took spray starch and just sprayed it over it. I'm going to turn it around this way so you can see. Let there be lights. Let me cut off the light so you can get a better understanding. So it's just faint lights. It's only 10 lights. We didn't need a lot. But I just took spray starch and just lightly sprayed over it so I can bring it down. That's all. Just lightly spray it. Because it will be staticky because they're individual strips. So you have to tame them. And that's the same thing that I'll tell her. Oh, Lord, my lady, she fell down. Same thing, just going around it, lightly spraying. Maybe I need to tighten this pen up because I'm going to go through. And we all know how to put on individual stones. I just have a Q-tip, and I am going to use a little glue and just go through and strategically place it on the fabric. Really, really very easy to do. If you have any questions, and I have so many questions to answer, so if you've emailed me and I haven't responded yet, it's not that I don't want to. I've just been doing 1,000 things. Okay, so as you can see, I've already started with the stones. I just put some glue on something, and I am just going through. And I'm basically doing them on the front. My rhyme and reasoning for doing them on the front, because sometimes if you're sitting on them, even though we do them with glue, it's a possibility that you can sit on them or pull them off. So by them being in the front on the tutu, you have a little bit more control over it. You're more mindful of it. So that was my whole reasoning for that. And if you want to know, you can use a glue gun or something like that, but I prefer to use the E6000 because this is not actually going to touch the skin. I'm not going to use that one because that one is giving me a hard time. And I'm not in the mood for that. So just placing just strategically. And I'm going to have to open up a little bit because remember, I have this tool in here. And I'm waiting until she gets here to actually fit this on her so I can do the final closure. Okay, guys, so I still have it pinned on the mannequin. She came up with an emergency, so she is going to, emergency came up, so she is not going to be able to go to the event. So therefore, I wasn't able to try it on her, but I didn't want to hold off posting the video until then. So I just wanted to let you guys see what it looked like. I still need to spray it a little bit more so that I can make it to where it's more tamed. But just to give you guys an example, this would be really, really cute with the body shirt as well, especially with the holidays coming up. Very, very cute. So I had to turn off the light because I wanted you guys to see the actual lights in the inside. Remember, you can do more lights. Once she gets it on, then you can sort of move it around so the lights are evenly distributed. But I just wanted you guys to see what the outcome was. And you see across the top that everything is very, very even. Everything is very even. The pack is in here, and normally if I had more time I would have used one of the packs that are very battery packs that are very small, but as you can see around there, everything is even, so it comes out looking really, really polished. So overall, I am definitely pleased with this tutu that was going to be used for the sneaker ball. I think it was a very great idea that she had. I can't wait to see it on her. And you can see the hints of silver because I didn't want the silver to be overwhelming. And it's more silver. Remember, that front part is closed up, but it would be open when she wears it. So it's actually more silver to it. So definitely let me know what you think in regards to this particular project. I am really, really anxious to know what you think. If this is not something that you like, it's okay. Leave a comment down below. Long as we are respectful of each other, that's what it's about here, is us making each other better. Leave a comment down below. Definitely hit the subscribe button. Let other people know about what we're doing here at 40 Pieces of Meat. After this quick project, I am going to get on task with what my big project. Today, I'm actually participating in a video for domestic violence. If you are in the Greensboro, North Carolina area, October the 14th at the public library, main public library in Greensboro, North Carolina, I will be participating in participating on a panel in regards to domestic violence. So if you know anybody that's in the North Carolina area, the Greensboro, North Carolina area, it's really, really going to be nice. It's going to be different women that has been in domestic violence. We're just having an open panel. We'll have members from the police department there to let you know how you can recognize if a neighbor, a friend, a family member, a co-worker is in that type of situation, and the safest way to help them get out of that situation. So I'm going to run so I can get ready for the actual video that we are doing today for that event. Once again, my name is Maylikdavis. I thank you guys as always, for supporting me and being such wonderful family members. I love you guys to pieces, all 40 pieces.